Good afternoon out there, everybody. This is Alan with D9J Sports. We're right back at it with another show. We continue rolling on. Today, we're going to be talking about transgender athletes. Should transgender athletes be allowed to participate in sports? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned, that's an easy one. Sit back, relax. Let's get right into this thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that there are some things that are happening. There are some things that are happening that I think that there are really no-brainers, and this is one that's a no-brainer for me. I think that it's, in some cases, I mean, we need to be spending our time on things that are more relevant, than something that's pretty obvious that should be pretty obvious. Now, I'm one of those people, we keep it real on our show here. You know I am. So I don't care nothing about offending a person or anything like that, because you have a right to be what you want to be. But then you also have to still feel like you have to understand that just because you have a right to be what you want to be doesn't mean that you got to push it off on somebody else and somebody else has to accept it. I want to make sure that I get that straight. Now, like I said, I don't really care whether you get mad. I'm just going to keep it real with you. So, should transgender, say, women be able to compete with other women in sports? I'm going to tell you the obvious answer is no. Okay, legislation regarding transgender athletes competing in the female sports exists primarily at the state level, where at least 27 states have enacted laws and regulations to ban or restrict the participation of transgender women and girls whose team consists of gender identity. So we will continue on. Let's continue to roll on with that. On February 5th, President Trump signed an executive order keeping men out of women's sports that seek to prohibit transgender women and girls from participating in female sports at all education levels, receiving federal funding, and direct federal agencies to pursue enforcement actions against non-compliant institutions. This order faces legal challenges and implemented subject to ongoing legislation. Well, what I'm confused about is, why should it be ongoing legislation? Why should we have to continue on with something that's a no-brainer? So you telling me that it's all right for a male-born guy, a male born a male, and you transgender over, and then you're a female, you telling me that it's okay for you to go compete with females? That's not fair to the naturally born females. That's not right. All it does is you have a competitive advantage if you born a man and you competing in a woman's sports. That's obvious. I mean, it's pretty obvious. So you telling me that if, just say for an example, one of the top sprinters in the world, male sprinters in the world, he transitions out to female, you think he can go run with the women? That isn't right. So I'm telling you right now, it doesn't make any sense. I've seen some local schools who banned their whole program because of this. And it doesn't make, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You can't have that happening. Can't have you can't have a female who transitions to a man wanting to go get in the boxing ring and box with men. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. So why should we have to, or anybody that's participating in sports have to even worry about that? Don't we have other things to worry about? Didn't Donald Trump say when he got elected, there isn't all these different genders, either you male or female? Why are we spending money on legislation to get something that, let's just be real, it's obvious that shouldn't be happening. On any level. It should not be happening. We're spending time on this when we have people, the snaps is running. We got all this other stuff going on, and that's what we're spending time on. So once again, you can be what you want to be, but you can't make and expect for somebody else. You can't expect to push it down somebody else's throat. If you're a female man and you transition to a woman, why would you want to even go compete with women? No, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of sports shows aren't reporting out on it, but here at D9J Sports, you already know what we do on D9J Sports. We keep it real on D9J Sports. We keep it real on D9J Sports. This is a trending topic. I don't understand why it's a trending topic. It's obvious. It's obvious, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the madness. Salon with D9J Sports. I'm definitely OUT.